Of Hakim Danish in the battle for second place in the cup.
That is such a crying shame, isn't it? Goodness me, well. And he had such a great drive through there that he's almost catching up to both Veda and Brian.
Off in the blue stuff there. That's okay. They don't get penalised for going off on the blue stuff, only if they touch the...
We turn our attention back then, so it could well be Uriarte and Veda, your top man out front at 144, the first one that we've seen of the race so far then.
Green, have they got to be careful.
Morelli really trying to make his way through on Veda Pratama 2. But who will win the final race of the year? Morelli leads, and it is Gonzalez on a mission. Here is Hakim Danish, 14th place. He just tried to outbrake him there, but Pratama cut his nose off to make sure he couldn't get through. Bryant's from Gonzalez, who really wants that 4th position in the standings. In his moment, he is closing steadily on the riders in front of him, but I don't back in the lead though. Where's Danish? Just on the back of this group. He's behind the number 32 of Ramadi. Debut season in rookies, and Mitani wants another podium as well. There is Danish limping around. I think it's going to be enough.
No, he's lapping at a very similar pace to the men in front, but
the Indonesian rider has been on some great form lately as well. He's trying to go on the inside again then.
And it's something that that Marco Morelli said yesterday. He said, you know, when you're horse, he's got to go quicker. It's almost the same lap time as Uriarte and Pratama in the front.
He can only...
Oh, did he touch it? Almost looked as though they touched rear wheel there, didn't it?
I think he left a couple of times.
Aware that the guys around you are battling for the cup and you're not in the running, he said some part of you...
Only hope for some misfortune to befall the 2 title rivals ahead of him, which is Akson Ramadipoulos Leathers there. But Danish, after an initial sluggish start,
wants to say, okay, I better, you know, keep away from them. He said, but I don't think like that. He said, you've just got...
Always in the realms of possibility, but they are looking very strong out front. He's in the groove again, 8th position, trying to make his way up to 7th. Gonzalez trying to make a move on Brian.
A race and not make any mistakes, and that's what he did superbly yesterday. Maybe he's a little bit even.
Both Uriarte and Pratama, they have basically been in the top 3-4 positions the entire race. Uriarte into first again, but not quite.
Yeah, superb, nice line from Brian Uriarte. More care to the win today because he's out front and he's ahead of the number 11 of Dave.
Only riders to do so. They are just on another level here.
Yeah, so they're hanging on to the advantage.
Morelli's made his way up into 3rd as well, ahead of Pratama, so this will be
Gonzalez.
Pure respect is Marco Morelli, isn't he? Really like that attitude.
Uriarte. Now, this is the opposite, of course, of what happened yesterday, which was Veda leading.
Would be the case where Uriarte does take the championship today.
Yeah, indeed. And
from him, and this is him back to his very best. What a way to sort of announce
all the way. And Brian Uriarte watching what he was doing, where he was going, and picking just the... because Veda knows that, so he's going to be not... He must be worried about the 2 Spaniards getting ahead.
Yourself onto the Moto 3 grid permanently. You will be seeing him actually in Moto 3 for the
right moment on the last lap to pass. Now this time it's Veda who is watching Brian. Now they could make a break on Morelli and make it very difficult for them. We'll see what happens.
Of the year as he fills in as the number...
To see where the Spaniard is quickest.
Morelli's also recovered then after being completely pushed wide.
Happens.
Through Kerbone, here we go, on board with the Indonesian. Not quite as he tries to make a move. I think he's 95 in Moto 3 as well, but I've already seen him a couple of times. A few laps ago now, he's kept it calm. He's back up to 4th position. It's now a leading quarter. Morelli there. That is one of the bravest places to do it on the calendar. And look at that! But we'll be seeing him permanently as well next year as well.
Right, we're into the second part of the race now. And
you've got Beñat Fernandez leading the chasers just behind, but how much tyre has he used up coming up? Oh, wow, but it's such a pleasure to watch Veda Pratama ride. And Morelli fights.
Marco Morelli still has the advantage, but David Gonzalez looking for a way past any time. Brian Uriarte has been pushed
all the way from the back of the grid towards the front now as they go 3 abreast again. Right back at him, tries to stand him up in the middle of the corner as well. Absolutely brilliant.
Back there to the back of that pack, but I don't think he's going to just hang in there too long. He's already...
David Gonzalez up the inside, pushes, I think, Veda Pratama quite wide. He does, can't push it, goes wide.
Bring paint off each other, and yet they're not slowed down at all, are they? Because they didn't lose ground to Uriarte. Passes it Zemmitani to take up 4th place. Veda Pratama and Brian.
Well, so it's now Morelli into 3rd place, Veda in 4th.
Yes, in that battle.
Well, then just behind them, you've got Puglia.
And goes inside. That's an unusual line for him, but he's got that low gear. He can get the drive. And the number 11 of Gonzalez has the lead. He was disappointed yesterday. He got pushed back.
Daisy Zemmitani started from 4th on the grid. He's in 6th, just ahead of Danish now. Is
out, and he does so. He's alongside Veda Pratama, 51 and 55th in the end, but he's having a superb ride this time in the dry. Morelli on
7th, who's dispatched Ramadeepa. We see fastest laps of the race, the fastest rider on
4 side by side down the back straight, ahead of the 34 of Zemmitani through the super. The 95 there, up into 2nd place, takes that from Gonzalez. Uriarte has the
track off the race so far. Hakim Danish.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff. He knows what he's got to do. A flat out right-hander. Comsic in the lead.
Well, Danish set a 1:45.2 last time around. He's quick.
So even Danish, he went into the race, as I said, saying that the bike was only 80% sorted. Brian not allowing Marco Morelli or David Gonzalez to get away. He wants to get...
Than about the next 9 riders ahead of him. But is it going to be in...
He's riding around any kind of problems that he's got at the moment. Fastest man on track.
The other 20%.
Get back on the tail there. Superb.
Enough, he's still 1 second adrift from the chase. In fact, he's got it all to do, bless him. Come on, has got to come from him, and that other 20% came from Marco Morelli there as he pushes Pratama.
Just the 5 of them now. They really have split away from Karpushin and the rest.
Hakim, you can find another gear. Crack on. It's all there for the taking as Morelli out wide as they flick it right, then left onto the little straight here from turn 6. Uriarte. Yeah, 1.6 the second. The gap was last time around, but Karpushin, moves up into 2nd place now, ahead of Gonzalez.
And as I say, Morelli looking for his first win of the season.
Take over the curbs, having to jump back onto the track. He's really drilling the pace, isn't he? Very, very strong rider. Set personal best lap time last time around. Was half a second quicker than...
He's only been on the podium once. He can do better than that, and that's what he's trying to show us at the moment. He's
Peter, but he's got a lot of riders able to come with him.
Yeah, he has. And David Gonzalez, he had...
And the leaders, so will he be able to respond with 6 laps to go? Morelli has.
Chasing Uriarte, he's ahead of Gonzalez and Pratama.
He had his first junior GP podium.
He had a fall yesterday. He said he was going for pole. He just pushed and pushed and pushed until he pushed too hard and slid off. But he said, I'm